Welcome to Crochet and Coffee and welcome to this tutorial. Today I will show you step by step how to make this crocheted winter flower. You can use any color, any material you prefer, and it works great as a hanging decoration, or you could consider using it as a great winter coaster. It is only 3 rounds and you can use one color, you can use 2 colors. Maybe for these I had used 2 different kind of yarns and mixed them together. And you can do pretty much whatever you like with this. I will show you today a color change, but also mention how you can just continue with the same color. So let's get started. So we're going to start by chaining 5. So I am going to create a slip knot, insert my hook, and chaining 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then we're going into the first chain that we did, and we're going to slip stitch to create a ring like that. Our first stitch is going to be a double crochet, so you can chain 3 if you want to. I want to do some stack stitches, so I'm going to do a single crochet, go in on the left front loop, grabbing my yarn, coming up and yarning over. So this counts as our first double crochet. We're going to yarn over and put in one more double crochet like that, and then we're going to chain 2, 1 and 2. I'm going to yarn over and go back into the ring and put in another double crochet and one more, and I'm going to chain 2. And this is how the first round goes. We're going to create little clusters of 2 double crochet divided by chain 2, and we're going to do a total of 6 clusters. Now have my 6 small clusters of 2 double crochets and chain 2 between them. I just chain my last 2. I'm going to find my top stitch over here. From the beginning, if you did a chain 3 in the beginning, you have to slip stitch in your 3rd chain like that. So this is round number 1. If you want to continue with this color, you're just going to slip stitch 1 time in the top of the next double crochet and then slip stitch 1 time in the chain space to get started. I will do the color change. So I have fastened off over here, and we can of course just move up here and start with the new color for our second round, but I think I'm going to start over here because then we can weave in the ends as we go. So I'm going to make a slip knot. I'm going to attach my yarn by going in up here, grabbing the yarn like that. And then again, we can do a standing stitch, or you can chain 3 if you prefer that. Oh, sorry, not a standing stitch, a stacked stitch. You can also do the standing stitch if you prefer that, if you know how to do that. But we're going to start with chain 3 or one of these, so a double crochet. I'm going to yarn over and put in one more double crochet. I'm going to chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to go down into that same chain space and put in 2 more double crochets. So like that. And then we're going to move over to the next chain space. We're not going to do anything to move over there. We're just going directly over there, putting in 2 double crochets. So 1 and 2, chain 3, and 2 more double crochets. I'm going to do that in all 6 chain spaces for round number 2. So I am done with this round, and for this last part I'm just going to go in on the top of the first double crochet that we made. So your top, your third chain, if you did a chain 3 in the beginning, I'm just going to slip stitch. If you're continuing with this color, slip stitch once into this double crochet next to it and then into the chain space, and we can get started on round number 3. I will fasten off and bring in a new color. So I brought back my blue color. I'm going to attach it to one of the chain spaces. Just going to start over here. I will say though, I do think that the project looks best if you do this, use the same color for round 2 and 3, because then it will look like this. But for the purpose of this video, I will do this color again and we'll see how that turns out, just for the fun of it. So we're going to start again with a double crochet. So attach your yarn any way you like. Do a chain 3 if you prefer that. I'm going to do my stacked stitches. So that is my favorite. So anything that counts as a double, a double crochet. Then we're going to put in one more double crochet next to it, like that. Then we're going to do a little picot. So we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. Then we're going to go into the first chain that we did. So it's this one, and we're going to slip stitch, and this creates a cute little picot on top of this leaf. Then we're going to yarn over twice and put in 2 trebles. So that was one. Yarn over twice, put in one more. And now things will start to get a little snug down here, but we'll fit everything in there. And we're going to do another picot. So chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Find the first chain, go in, grab the yarn and slip stitch. Like that. We're going to yarn over twice and put in 2 more trebles. That was 1. And that was 2. And yes, now things are getting really tight down there, but that is what kind of creates the leaf of this flower. So we're going to do another picot. So chain 3, 1, 2, and 3 into the first chain and slip stitch. And then we're going to yarn over one time and go back into the same chain space and put in 2 double crochets. So 1 and 2. And that creates the leaves on our flower. So 2 double crochets, picot, 3 treble, 2 treble, picot, 2 treble, picot, 2 double. So to get from one to the other, we're going to go in between the clusters down here. So not over to the chain space yet, but between the clusters of 2 double crochet. And in there, we're going to put in a single crochet, because that brings the leaves down a little bit. And we're going to do the same on the other side when we get there. So again, let's do this one more time. Yarn over into the chain space, 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet, chain 3, slip stitch in the first chain to create a picot, like that. Yarn over 2 times and go back into the chain space and put in 2 treble crochets, 1, and 2, chain 3, 1, 2, and 3 into the first chain and slip stitch. Yarn over twice, go back into the chain space, put in 2 trebles, 1, and 2, and chain 3, 1, 2, 3, into the first chain, grab the yarn, and slip stitch. Yarn over one time and back into the chain space, and put in 2 double crochets. So that was 1 and 2, and into the cluster and single crochet. And that we're just going to repeat all the way around. So I am almost done. I'm just going down and putting in my single crochet, and then I am finding my top stitch over here from the first double crochet that we did. So that would be your third chain if you did a chain 3 in the beginning, and I'm just going to slip stitch. And then you can fasten off and weave in your ends. You can of course also leave in a yarn tail, so if you want somewhere to hang it, if that is something you prefer. I actually kind of like this color combination with the same color on the first and the third round, and then the little pink one in between. I think if you are doing one in white to get the holiday feeling, and then a colorful one either on round 1 or round 2, I think that would look very pretty. So that was it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you know somebody who you think would like it as well, please share it, and see you in the next one.